Sri Lanka, a land that was once thought of as an island paradise, has in the more recent past been torn apart by natural and man-made disasters, leaving many of its people socially and economically disadvantaged. The Muslim community, though perceived by many to be a wealthy one, has in fact on many occasions borne the brunt to these disasters. The long-lasted conflict in Sri Lanka, which has now come to an end, has led to displacement and a host of problems that the Muslim community in the north and east had to deal with. The tsunami of 2004 wiped out 1% of Muslims in Sri Lanka and further compound of the problems of many living in east of the country. Today, 60% of the Muslim community in Sri Lanka lives below the poverty line. Yet Allah has blessed many within the community with the means to look after those in want, the poor, the orphans, the widows. In carrying out this duty, however, will be more effective if we took the time to think about how we can all work together to achieve true social change. That will not just give our brothers and sisters a handout, but rather give them a hand up, helping people to turn their lives around with dignity.
You give charity for the poor, but whether it is effective, these questions need to be thought of. When you give charity to the poor, is it for consumption purposes, or is it to rebuild their lives, for them to come back to society, so that they don't go stretching their hands from house to house or street to street, day after day, year after year.
The Al-Kafala Foundation is a non-profit making organization dedicated to the upliftment of the quality of life of the poor and needy in the true spirit of Islam. It is managed by a dedicated group of professionals and businessmen to seek the pleasure of Allah through service. Al-Kafala was inaugurated on the 3rd of December 1998 with zakat and sadaqah collected from a mere handful of people. With the blessing of Allah, it has come a long way now. But we need your help to take it further.
Allah provides a window of opportunity for zakat to be given, managed and utilized in a professional manner.
Providing shelter to the homeless has been seen as a priority that Al-Kafala has been addressing since 1998. Giving the poorest of the poor a house to call their own gives them firm foundation on which to build economic prosperity with dignity. To date, Al-Kafala has built houses for more than 802 poor families across the country. With your help, many more lives can be changed. All it takes is $1,200 to build a house and help an entire family. It's estimated that over 13,000 Muslims are widowed and their children orphaned or displaced. Al-Kafala believes that whatever possible, orphans should be able to grow up with their mothers or extended families.
I was an orphan. I know how I suffered on my life. And I know how my mothers felt to grow us without any help. So on those days, Allah has tested me, giving the hungry and the poverty. The same Allah now has given the enough wealth and things. Now He is testing me. How am I doing helping to the others?
The love and affection of the family has been clearly shown to help minimize mental distress and give them a sense of security. To this end, Al-Kafala's Orphans Assistance Program has for the past several years provided over 700 orphans with support for their day-to-day needs and education. For less than $1 a day, you can help us give one more child the chance of a better future. The cycle of poverty is in many cases perpetuated by school dropouts who often end up being underemployed or unemployable. Al-Kafala has adopted the strategy to help break the cycle by teaching skills to the young, enabling them to seek better paying jobs or establish their own business.
And in the long run, if he becomes as a skilled worker for the country and for the community, he can do some good job.
Al Kafala also works to provide emergency relief and run disaster management programs. It does help provide wells and sanitation facilities to communities and even has a scholarship management system and inter-community relationship program that promote tolerance and peaceful coexistence. Plans for future expansions are many and include building a centralized database of widows and orphans.
Kafala has built a database on scholarships, meaning we are trying to get all the donors who are giving scholarships into one database so there is no duplication. On the same lines, we are going to do we have already done a database for orphans. So where all the orphans island-wide will be collected into one database, being followed up, which is available for any organization to use so that there is no duplication. Everyone knows who is being getting what.
We invite you to share in with the joy of giving. Let us remind ourselves and our children of the gratitude we owe to the Almighty Allah for what He has blessed us with. Together, we can make the world a better place.